Hey guys, it's Simply Obsessed and I'm back with another speed build video, and in this video I'm going to be recreating the Landgraab Estate from The Sims 3 in The Sims 4. Now the Landgraab Estate in The Sims 3 was a 3-bedroom, 4-bathroom home. It was at 10 Summer Hill Court and it sat on a 60 by 60 lot and it was occupied by the Landgraabs. And I'm going to read the lot description. An elegant home on the most exclusive circle in town, the stately manor resounds with grandeur. 4 fireplaces, a massive kitchen, formal and informal living areas, a large custom pool, 2-car garage, and elegant neoclassical landscaping round out its elegant features. So I'm recreating this house in The Sims 4, as you can see, but I won't call it a replica of the original home. There are a lot of differences. The original home had a 2-car garage. There are no cars in The Sims 4, so I didn't really see a point to adding a garage area. The colors of things in the home, like the color of the kitchen, the color of a few bedrooms, are a lot different from the original home. So I don't really want to say it's exactly, or it's supposed to be exactly like the original home, but the layout is exactly the same. The placement of items are exactly the same. So a fridge is where it was in the original home, the beds, the seating, everything is where it was in the original home. It's just that it's styled a little differently. Let me see. The original home had a furnished value of 334,392 simoleons. Its unfurnished value was 217,431 simoleons. I'm not sure how much my version is unfurnished, but I do know that the furnished value was a little over 295,000 simoleons. So this is actually one of the most expensivest I know that's not a word, but this is actually the most expensive home I've ever built in The Sims 4. I did the Metropolitan Lofts and I think that was close to what, like 180,000 simoleons furnished. So this was the most expensive home I've ever done and the largest home I've ever done. Oh my goodness, it took me forever to do this home. I want to say that it took me upwards of 12 hours. Now, I did not sit at my computer for 12 hours building this home. Real life got in the way. I know that a lot of you guys like me wish that you could play The Sims all day and not have to worry about responsibilities, but the real world got in the way, had to adult and do some things. But I think it took me about a week to finish, 12 hours total. I love how it turned out. I'm really proud of it. It's the biggest thing I've ever done. It's the most expensivest thing I've ever done, and I'm really proud of it. Here you see, I'm going to stop saying so much. I'm sorry if I keep saying This is my first time trying to do commentary throughout an entire video. I usually just speak for about maybe 5 minutes at the most, and then I'm like, alright guys, you're on your own. But I want to try to give commentary throughout this entire video, so bear with me. I hope I don't say and bug you too much. So where was I? I'll just start with how I mapped out this home. So for a home this large, I decided to plan it out room by room. I would usually just look at a picture and then build based on what I see in the picture, but this home was so large I wanted everything to be perfect. So I start with the kitchen, then I go to the dining area, then the entry, the library, and then the living area. I usually just build a home, build the whole entire home, and then design it room by room, or build the whole entire home and then get distracted because I said, hey, this looks like a nice rug to go here or whatever. So I just decided to do it room by room. Later on in the video, or in part 2, you might see me bounce between upstairs and downstairs, but overall I tried to do it room by room. This is the kitchen, obviously, because of the fridge and the stove. This is the kitchen. I love how it turned out. The kitchen is the heart of the home, so I always love to pay extra attention to little details in the kitchen. I love how it turned out. The original home had dark blue floors and green counters and cabinets. Didn't do that this time. I like the way this turned out. I used beige and light brown and blue, and and I like the way it looks. It doesn't look too boring and it doesn't look over the top. The next room is the dining area. This is my favorite room in this house. It is so pretty. I'm so proud of it. I usually do modern style, so this old classic, I don't know what type of style this is. Somebody let me know exactly what type of style this is, but I usually do like modern living rooms, modern rooms in general, where everything is bright and colorful and weird, but this was more classic and I love how it turned out. I actually used pillars inside a home for the first time with this room. I did have to tweak it a little bit because in the next part, or a little later in this video, you'll notice that the pillars would stick up onto the top floor because they weren't aligned a certain way. It was kind of weird. That's the only thing I really had to change about them, but it worked out. I love the fireplace. I love the dining table that I chose. For some reason I went back to the kitchen to switch something out, so let me see. Let's see here. Let's just wait till I get back to the dining room. Okie dokie, so here we are back at the dining room. I love the dining table that I chose. I just love this room. I'm really proud of it. This is, honestly, this is my favoritist. I know that's not a word. This dining room is my most favorite room that I've ever designed. Ever. I love how different it is from what I usually do, and I'm pretty proud of it. Messing around with the dining table, switching out some things. I did add curtains to this room. I did add some paintings to this room. When I got to this dining room, a cheat that I did use was the move objects on cheat. I wanted to raise up some of the paintings. I add a mirror over the fireplace and I wanted to push it up just a little bit, so I did use the move objects cheat just to push it up a tad bit. I recently learned that when you use the move objects cheat in a home and you place that home in the gallery, then someone downloads it to their game, the objects aren't positioned the way you positioned them with the move objects cheat. And that really sucks. I just learned that, so I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to make sure that I stay away from using that cheat when I place homes in the gallery. And here you can see me messing around with the lighting. It took me a minute to figure out exactly what type of lighting to use. I know I wanted to use a chandelier, but I think I swapped them out at some point. And adding some more wall lights. I changed those later on to match the chandelier. I don't think you'll see it here, but I go ahead and switch out those lights eventually. What else am I doing here? Oh, there go the pillars. I had them standing away from the wall, but since they were sticking out through the top, I had to reposition them and have them lined up exactly against the wall. You won't see that here, but you will see it a little later. And there goes the curtains. I have to say, I'm really proud of the curtains I used. I usually don't add curtains to windows because I love how much light comes into the room when you don't have them. But since the original home did have curtains, I wanted to use curtains here. And I'm pretty proud of what I chose because I never really choose curtains, and I really think that they just bring this room together. They're so drapey and long and dramatical, and they're so pretty. There we are working on the, what room is that? I'm adding a door. There's a door. And then, oh, okay, so that was the bathroom. I have to say, in the original home, there's a shower in this bathroom, and that always bugged me. I'm like, this bathroom should not have a shower. There's a bathroom right there, and there's a bathroom directly across from it. You'll see me build that later. But that bathroom in the original home, I'm like, why in the world would you have a shower downstairs? So you have to go through the dining room to take a shower. That just seemed weird. It's not an apartment. It's not a one-floor home. Why the heck do I have to go through the dining room to take a shower? But since it was in the original home, I did add it here. I did it reluctantly. This bathroom caused me so much trouble. It took me 50 billion years and a day to figure out the wallpaper and the flooring and what color to have the toilet, what color the toilet should be, what color the sink should be. It just took me so long, and I started to get a little frustrated at this point because I will be in the groove, like I will be building, I'm like, oh, this house is amazing, it's the prettiest house ever, and then I'm like, oh snap, I need wallpaper, I need flooring, and then I'll just get stuck and nothing will match and nothing will look right, and then I pout and I get frustrated, and then I lose my groove and end up, adding like another 45 minutes to the build process because I'm trying to make sure that everything matches perfectly. But I did eventually figure it out. This bathroom is really small, so I stuck the tub in the corner, the little part that's sticking out. I did add the tub. I'm not really sure why I did that. That's one thing I could have changed. It makes no sense for a tub to be down there. It just ain't natural. But I did add the tub. You'll see that I chose a different color for the walls and the toilet and the sink, and I chose a different mirror. Don't worry, that light will be lifted up. I know it looks a little lopsided now. I'm not sure if I do it on this part or another part, but I go ahead and I fix that little light. What am I doing now? Oh, still working on that bathroom. Like I said before, I swapped out that mirror. I added a rug. I added a little trash can. I added some flowers. I'm not sure. Did I add wall art? Did I add art? I'm not sure, but I did add a few things to this bathroom so that way it wasn't so plain and so that way it comes alive. Like I said, now if you go over to the right all the way, you will see that I do build another bathroom because there was one there in the original home, and I just copied the same exact style. I was not dealing with the whole drama of the wallpapers and the floors and all that crap. I was like, this bathroom is going to look exactly like the other bathroom. Plus it was like that in the original home, so yay for laziness. What am I doing now? Still working on this bathroom, I see. I'm adding, do I add a picture? I don't remember adding a picture. Do I leave it there? These pictures and are expensive. No wonder the original home was worth so much because the artwork, I mean, I do think I added a painting that was worth like 8,000 simoleons. 8,000. I mean, if you want this home, your Sims, better bring in the bacon because the paintings in this home are ridiculously priced. Here I'm working on these stairs. These stairs were the devil. They gave me so much trouble because I wanted them to line up perfectly. I don't think that is seen in this part. You might see that in part 2 of the speed build, but there was a point where one set of stairs would stick out a little further than the other, and I didn't like the way it looked. I also changed the color of the stairs. Don't worry, they're not going to be dark brown when the whole room is white. But yeah, they gave me so much trouble. I had to move things, undo things, use the sledgehammer, switch things out. It gave me so much trouble. Let's see here. I'm working on bookshelves. No, I'm not working on bookshelves. I'm working on pillars, the long thingies. So as one aspect that I loved about this whole entryway area, I'm not really sure what this portion of the house is called, but I love the pillars that you go through, that you walk by as you're led to a door that takes you outside. I think that's just so classy and elegant and fancy. You see that I finished the bathroom rather quickly. I just copied the same crap that was in the other bathroom. What am I doing now? Working on those stairs. Yeah, so you'll notice in the second part of this video, you won't see it on part 1, but when you go upstairs, there's going to be like, I don't know what exactly to call it. I don't know what the proper term is, but you know how in a loft you can look over and see the downstairs? You have that same effect going on upstairs, and it took me so long to figure out exactly how to do that with the railing because everything just looked a little weird. That added on like an extra hour to how long it took me to build this home. I was so frustrated. There were moments when, I don't know, I've never been more frustrated building a home ever in my life as I was when I was building this home. I was so excited to start because I'm always excited to start building a home, but this home was so large and there were so many details that I needed to pay attention to that there were so many frustrating moments because things weren't working right. You see here that I am working on bookshelves. I don't think that I keep them. I think that at some point I delete them. I felt like they were a little bit much in this area. The original home had a bookshelf on each side by the stairs, but I felt like it was a little too crowded, and I was using the move objects cheat to make sure that they fit perfectly, but I wasn't sure if my Sims would have access to the bookshelf, and I didn't want it to just be weird and them yelling like, I can't get to it, I can't get to it. So I think I took them out. I don't know if I do it here, but eventually they will be taken out. I added the nice little table, round table. There are some tissues and a pretty little flower on that table. I'm working on the front of the house. The easiest part of this house, the easiest part of this entire build was the front of the house. I just did the little patio area, stuck a door right there, wham bam, it was done. It was the easiest part. I wish that this entire house could have been that easy, but it wasn't. And you know, even though I'm complaining about how hard it was and how I ran into a lot of hiccups, I'm actually proud of myself because I've never built anything like this before, and I'm proud of how it turned out. I mean, it actually looks good. So I'm glad that I challenged myself, and I think I'm going to continue to do this because I really want to be an excellent builder. I see so many people creating these amazing homes, these amazing castles, and I'm just like in awe. Like, I will watch YouTube videos and I will just stare like, what the heck, what type of sorcery is this? Their homes would be so beautiful. I hope to one day be an excellent builder. You know, I ain't no Curtis Parody. I hope to one day have that level of talent, but for now I'm just starting out. So I'm really proud of how this turned out because I stuck with it and it don't look too bad, you know. Here I'm adding some windows. The windows are placed in the exact same place that they were in the original home. The windows here, I think I changed the color of them a little bit to match the door. I thought about adding smaller windows because the original home has some small circular, like circle windows at certain points in the house, and I couldn't really find a window that I liked. So I just took that part out. Like the 2 bathrooms that I did in the back, they had a couple of small windows there, but I really couldn't find a window that I liked, so I would just like, you know, screw it, I just want to add windows. Here I'm adding the patio. What else am I doing? I wanted the stairs to be darker, but I didn't think it looked right, so I swapped them out and I made the steps lighter, and plus they were lighter in the original home, so I was like, hey, we're just gonna stick with what was in the original home. Here is my sad attempt at landscaping. I'm adding bushes, shrubs, whatever the heck you call those things, those green things that, you know, the things. I added those there. I'm not sure if you'll see it in this part or the next one. Most likely the next one. I didn't just leave the dirt, you know, in between the walls. So it's not like bush, dirt, wall. I added some excuse me, I added some like grass stuff thingies. There's like grass that you could add. I added some plants there to liven it up so that way it wasn't just dirt. What am I doing now? I don't leave the house this color on the outside. I do change that up a bit. You will see that in part 2. The original home had like beige at the bottom, and then it had like this really funky like line print. I don't know what the technical term is, but yeah, I copied that from the original home. And over here is the home office / library area. I really like this area. I liked the shape of the room. You can see like the little parts of the wall that are going out. I really liked how that divided the office from the little study area. One thing I don't like about this part of the house is how dark it is. But on this part, I really wanted to stick with the original design. I wanted to get as close to the original design that I could. So I didn't really play around with the lighting too much. I just wish that it wasn't so dark. But I like the way it turned out, and yeah, I stuck with it. I like the way it looked. There I am adding some pillars again. This room is really simple. It really wasn't much room in the first place, so it's not like if I really decided to change it up, I have much room to work with. So it's really simple. A desk, some lights, some bookshelves. I did switch the bookshelves. I didn't go with those. I went with something different. The bookshelves match the desk pretty well. I'm pretty proud of that. And I add some lights. I'm not sure if I added a rug. I don't think there was a rug in the original home, so I don't think I added one here. But this is a really cozy study area. You know, you'll do your homework here, or it just seems like a really froofy like I picture a lawyer's office. When I see this study area / home office, I think of a lawyer's office, like a lawyer who charges you like $20,000 an hour. I think we're really froofy office. So I like the way it turned out. It's kind of dark, like I said, but hey, what are you gonna do about it? And surprisingly, it did not take me long to pick the wallpaper for this room. It usually takes me 40 years in a day, but I found wallpaper that I liked instantly, and that really made me happy because I did not want to sit in that chair for another 40 freaking years trying to figure out wallpaper. It worked out well the first time, and I'm proud of that. Here you can see me adding the computer and the chairs and the door and some plants. I think I added some plants, just trying to make this office space come alive a little bit. Like I said, this is a really small space, so you really don't have that much room if you wanted to stray far away from the original design. I added curtains, I believe. Did I add curtains? I think I did. That went by really fast. I think I did. You can see me adding the little trash can, some fancy chairs. There's a plant or two. Did I add another plant? And you can see me trying to figure out what to add as far as, like, you know, decoration, statues or whatever. I didn't add much there. Now I'm working on the living area of this home. This living area, it's not going to be anything special. The original home didn't have much there, so I just decided to leave it kind of plain like the original house. It has a brown wall and brown floors. There's brown furniture. I didn't add a television because the original home didn't have a TV, so I stuck with the original theme. It was kind of simple. I just said, hey, let's leave it simple. I like the way it turned out. Even though there's not much there, I like the way it turned out. It's really simple. I kind of wish that I had changed the wallpaper. I don't think that wallpaper matches the tone of the rest of the house, but hey, that's what I chose. I did switch out the lights. I didn't stick with those square light thingies. You can see me adding the chess. Can I speak? You see me adding the chess table and another table. There's basically just like lights and chairs and tables in this room and a fireplace. Ain't much to it. It's really cool though. It's not my favorite room in the home, so like I said, I like it. And the area by the 4 windows, I just add some more seating, and this room is basically just like a room full of chairs and tables and lights, but it works. It is what it is. There are pillars here. I like the way that looks by those 4 windows. It just makes it look all fancy and stuff. I like the way that looks. I love the furniture in here. I just wish that I could have spiced it up a little bit. I don't know. I feel like it's perfect the way it is, but it's still missing something. I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. I added those lights. I like the name of those lights. I can't remember. It was like some type of sea theme thing, like the sea anemone. I sound like Dory. The sea, and I don't know what the lights were called, but they were really cool, and I know that they were like sea themed names for those lights and lamps that went together. What am I doing now? Yep, adding the chairs and stuff. Just chairs and a table, and I think I added some more lighting. We'll see. Did I add a light? Yep, I added some more lighting. Really simple. And here I am back on the outside trying to make it look all pretty full and stuff. I don't think, no, you won't see me add the extra stuff here that was featured in the front of the house. I'm really terrible at landscaping, so I tried. When you see part 2, you'll see what I did with the backyard, because I don't know if you're familiar with the original Landgraab house. It had like this really cool like maze shrub thing. I tried to make it look like the original and I failed at making it look like the original, but I'm pretty proud of what I came up with. It's like a really nice garden area. It has a fountain and lights. I was gonna put a llama there, but it didn't work out. It didn't look right to me. But you'll see that in the next part. Here I'm just adding the like patio. Is that a deck or a patio? I'll call it like the extended patio that leads out over the pool. You'll see that in part 2. And I do add some pillars here. Do you see me adding the pillars? Hopefully. But yeah, that's the long patio deck thing that goes out over the pool. And I'm really proud of how it turned out. The doors, you see that I swapped out the square doors for the arch type doors. I wanted to stick with the original styling for those doors that were in the original home, so the square doors are pretty much just a placeholder. I do add some shrubs and dirt back here. In part 2 you'll see me add some more interesting things, but you know, it's the back of the house. I wanted it to be simple but beautiful. And yeah, so it's coming on 26 minutes and some change. I know that this part is only 30 minutes long, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that this home is available in the Sims 4 gallery. Excuse me, you can search for it using hashtag SimplyObsessed or hashtag SimplyObsessed28. My origin ID is SimplyObsessed28. There you can find all the things I've ever created, like Sims and houses and other stuff. Well, that's really all you can add to the gallery. So yeah, there's Sims and houses. Oh, I am adding the grass. You do see it here. So yeah, be sure to check it out in the gallery, and so that way you can have your Sims live this really awesome life in this really magical estate. I will see you guys over in part 2 where you can see me finishing this home. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it if you think that your friends are gonna like it, and don't forget to subscribe. I have more speed builds and let's plays and creative Sims and just Simtastic awesomeness all over this channel, and I know you don't want to miss it. So I'm going to leave you guys right here, and I will meet you in part 2. Bye.